Hello, Infinite Ahimsa Haven fam. I'm so excited to have you here today. Today is about getting energized. We are going to be doing a power flow, a full body workout. So really, again, this is going to be about energizing the energy within you, waking up your body. This is a great practice to do at any time, but especially in the morning if you're just looking to get energized, because I know it can seem contradicting. Oh, I'm exerting all this energy doing these movements and these asanas, but actually I have found that the more cardio and the more your heart rate picks up, it actually allows you to have more energy, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And of course, our intention for this month will be focused on the heart, opening the heart. So I'll be referencing that in several of the asanas and the moves today. All you need today is your mat, and you can grab a couple blocks if you'd like, or a pillow or a folded blanket for some modifications that may suit you and make you feel your best self during the different asanas. So it's always good to have those options. So to get started, you can come into a crisscross or an easy pose with your right or left foot in front of your shin. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down away from your ears. Lengthen through your spine. And take a big inhale in through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out of your mouth. Again, just like so. And exhale out of your mouth. Let it all go. Inhale, bring your arms over your head, up to the sky, palms together and down through heart center. Exhale out of your mouth. Inhale again, 2 more just like this. Send your gaze up to the sky, past your fingertips. Collect this energy, press it into your palms and down through your third eye, down to heart center. 1 more, just like so. Don't scrunch your shoulders up. Create space. Exhale out of your mouth. Spiral your hands over to the top of your mat and send your knees back and come into your tabletop neutral position. Keep your hands about shoulder distance, hip distance apart, and your knees hip distance apart as well. And let's start to move through some cat-cows. Inhale, open, create space through your chest and your heart. Look up to the sky. Exhale, engage your core. Suck your pelvis up, up, up to your spine. Exhale out of your mouth, drop your head. Inhale, scoop, do a scooping motion with your head and look up to the sky. Take in that beautiful energy and that oxygen that is going to vitalize us through this practice. Exhale. Suck your pelvis in, engage your core. Now take this movement in whichever way you'd like. You can do a little intuitive cat-cow. Maybe you want to rotate your hips in circles. Always being conscious of your breath and your movement, really connecting the movement with your breath. Maybe you want to even take it a bigger cat-cow and come down into a child's pose and scoop your pelvis up, maybe through an upward dog variation and back, whatever your body needs. This is the beginning of the practice, so you might feel yourself feeling a little bit of tension, a little bit of tightness. That is okay. You made it here to your mat. And whatever your body needs, trust that it will be served. If you're taking circles, make sure you counter the circle to the other side. Connecting body with the breath. Beautiful. Ease your way back to neutral tabletop position. Shoot your right foot back, come up onto your toes. Send your left fingertips and arm forward, straight out in front of you. Send your gaze down to the ground and keep your spine long. Send a steady stream of energy from your fingertips all the way back to your right toes. Press an even amount of weight through your right hand and send your right toes up to the sky. Visualize yourself being a long table. I could set a glass of water on your back and it would not tip over. Beautiful. If you need to take a break at any moment, feel free to just drop that leg, reset, and come right back into that balancing table. Beautiful. We're gonna start to engage the core, fire up the core, and go into some crunches. So from here, if you're shaking, that's totally normal. Bring your left elbow to connect with your right knee. Scrunch and engage your core and shoot it back out into your table. 2 more just like that. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Exhale. Inhale, create space back into your table. Take a big inhale in. Exhale out, engage the core, and suck your body in. Beautiful. Return your hand and your foot back down to the earth. Reset here. Send your left toes back and your right arm forward, straight out in front of you, parallel with the long edge of your mat. Engage your core and lift your left toes and leg straight back. Again, visualizing a glass of water on your back, keeping that steadiness by engaging your core and being sure to not apply too much pressure into the wrist, but really evenly spread out that weight through all 5 fingers of your left hand. Beautiful. Once you found your balance here, inhale, create space, reach just a little bit farther. Exhale, engage the core, suck the body in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, engage. Inhale, expand, straighten out the body. Exhale, last crunch. Suck your body in. Return back down to tabletop, neutral position. Beautiful. Send your body back into a narrow child's pose, keeping the knees and the thighs pressed together, engaging through your arms and keeping some activation, some energy, and send them through your fingertips as you press your fingertips into the mat. Rest your forehead onto the mat if you are not already there. Beautiful. Rise your body up. Press into all 10 toes and shoot your tailbone up to the sky for your first downward dog of the day. Press evenly into all 10 fingers into the earth and pedal out, walk your dog. Pressing one heel into the mat at a time, stretching out through your quads and your hamstrings. How do you feel right now? Check in with yourself. Beautiful. Hold a stagnant downward dog. Press those heels down into the mat as far as you can. Send your right foot and leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Bring it straight through to the top of your mat in between your hands. Send your left foot down at an angle for your warrior one position. Rise your arms, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Send your gaze forward. Sink down in, making sure that your right knee is not coming over your ankle. Make sure that it is just over your ankle, not past your ankle. Exhale, spiral out into your warrior two position. Open out your arms and chest. Send your gaze back past your left fingertips. Engage your quads here. Press into all four corners of both feet, really sinking down and absorbing that energy from the earth. Reach your right fingertips forward and shift your body. Just reach a couple inches, and on your exhale, send your right arm back high into the sky just over your right ear. And send your gaze past your left fingertips. Or, for a little added challenge, right to the sky. Keep that 90-degree angle in your right leg. Beautiful. Drop your palm to right next to your right foot. And send your left fingertips right to the sky. Or, for a little added challenge, you can bring them right past your left ear and send your gaze to the sky to really open up the chest even more. For my advanced yogis out there, sorry, I'm facing the other side of the mat, you can come into a bind if it's within your practice. So by that, you would just take your right hand and you would bring it underneath your right thigh, take your left arm and reach for those right fingertips, open out through the chest. So if you're trying to get into this bind and you're seeing yourself kind of like scrunched down because you don't feel like you have the space at this moment in your chest, just stick with the extended side angle. You can also utilize your blocks here by bringing one right under your arm, kind of creating more space in your body. Hold your bind or your variation of an extended side angle for a few breaths. Really feeling that quad fire up. I know I am. Beautiful. Drop your hands, frame your foot, send your right foot back into your downward dog. Press down through your heels, send your tailbone to the sky. Jump, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Drop your belly over your thighs. You can keep a slight bend in your legs. Drop your head. Slowly rise into your mountain pose. Expand through your chest and your arms. Bring your arms overhead, palms to touch. Down through heart center. Exhale out. Connect. Find your breath. Find your center. Inhale, expand your arms over your head, palms to touch. Come back down into your forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold, jump, step, or hop back into your plank position. You can drop your knees here for a modified chaturanga, or stay up on top onto your toes. Drop down slowly through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Connect back to your body. Connect back to your breath. Downward dog is going to be our rest spot throughout this practice. So really embrace and take full advantage of this moment. Beautiful. Jump, step, or hop back to the top of your mat, feet together. Keep a bend in your knees, a deep bend, making sure that your knees are just over your ankles. Bring both arms up for your seated chair pose. Engage through your quads. press down through all four corners of your feet and engage your core. Send your gaze past your fingertips. You can keep your hands in a prayer position if you're feeling any discomfort in your shoulders. Whatever works best for you. Just a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Drop your hands back down to the mat, seated, standing forward fold. Drop your head, keep a slight bend in your knees. On your exhale, slowly roll your body up, inch by inch, into your mountain pose. Open out through your hands. Find stillness. Find peace here. Beautiful arms overhead, palms to touch, down to your mat. Jump your way back into a chaturanga, upward facing dog, gaze to the sky. Roll off over onto your toes, back into your downward facing dog. Send your left foot up to the sky. Bring it through to the top of your mat. Rotate out on that right long edge of your foot and come into your warrior one. Roll your shoulders down away from the ears. Lengthen out through the spine. Find stillness here. I love warrior poses. They're so empowering. Beautiful. Spiral out, open the heart and the chest. There's that theme again. Into your warrior two. You can keep a slight angle in your right foot. So you can kind of see how mine is slightly angled towards the long edge of the mat, or you can just keep it parallel with the back, whatever suits you best. Sink down into that warrior two. That left knee over left ankle. You can send the gaze forward or back. Tap into your inner strength. Inhale, reach a couple inches forward. And on your exhale, send that right hand back onto your calf and bring the left fingertips over your head. Gaze to the sky or down if you're feeling any neck, if you have a neck injury or any neck pain. Beautiful. Spiral your body down into your extended side angle. Left palm to your mat. Bring your right fingertips to the sky. And feel free to stay here or bring your arm overhead or come into that advanced variation. Bind, making sure to open out through your heart. Send your gaze to the sky. Keep that 90-degree angle in your front leg. Beautiful. Release your bind. Frame your left foot. Send it to the back. Downward facing dog. You should start feeling opening and loosening within your hammies and your quads. You might be able to get your heels down closer to the mat. It's just beautiful to become aware of the subtle changes within our bodies. Beautiful. Jump, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Feet flush together. Bend through the knees. Sink down through your hips. Knees over ankles into your chair pose. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears. You are so strong. You are powerful, and you are here doing so much good for your body. Beautiful. Drop your hands down to frame your feet. Standard forward fold. Rise your way back up into the beautiful, empowering mountain pose. Adjust yourself if need be. Take one vitalizing breath. Exhale, let it all go. Beautiful. Open your eyes if they're closed. And with one steady motion, lift your right leg and send it and shoot it to the back of your mat. Drop down into your left knee. Send your arms up to the sky for a high lunge. Sink in. Find comfortability in this pose. It should be challenging, but you want to make sure you're able to move. So if you need to adjust your feet, the length of your feet, do that. We're going to come into some pulses. So 10 pulses on each side. And let's begin. Just drop the knee just gently to the mat. 1, 2, exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, stay engaged, 10. Beautiful. Drop your palms to the ground. Send your leg back. Downward facing dog. Jump, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Roll up into mountain, arms overhead, palms to touch. Send your body back to the mat. Forward fold, jump, step, or hop to the back. Go through your chaturanga or variation. And you can always drop your chest down and come into just a baby cobra instead of your upward facing dog. And back down through your downward facing dog. Jump through to the top of your mat. Come into your deep chair position. Find your center. Find your breath. Beautiful. Drop your palms, forward fold, extend out through your legs. Breathe here. Roll your body up. Mountain pose. Ground down here. Send energy into every part of your body. Beautiful. Send your left toes back into that high lunge. Find your stability, find your balance. Engage through your quads and send your arms and fingertips to the sky. Sink down into this pose. Press in to all 5 toes. And now for the 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find balance. Drop your hands down to the mat. Send your right foot back, downward facing dog. And you guessed it, jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Bring your arms up overhead, palms to touch. Drop them back down to the mat. Forward fold, jump, step, or hop back through chaturanga. And vinyasa your way back to downward facing dog. Find your breath here just for a moment. Jump, step, or hop to the front of your mat. feet flush together for your last and your deepest chair of the day. Send your arms straight up to the sky. I know you're working up a sweat as much as I am. Hope it feels good. Breathe here. Drop your palms to the mat. Let it all go, forward fold. Connect back to your natural rhythm of breath. You are working hard today. Hopefully it feels good. Beautiful. Come up onto your fingertips. Step or hop each foot back into a plank. We're not going to be in this plank variation for long. Shift over to your right edge of your foot. Send your left fingertips up to the sky for a side plank. Send your gaze past your left fingertips. If this is too challenging, you can drop your right knee to the ground, just like so. And you can just stay here. For the added challenge, come back down, come back into your side plank. And we're gonna take some dips. You do not have to take the dips. You can just hold the position here. Totally up to you. Drop the hips for 3, 2, 1. Transition back through plank. Find your balance, connect to your breath. Transition over to your left side. Take whatever variation feels best. Send your gaze to the sky or down to your mat and take those 3 dips. 3, 2, 1. Transition back through plank. Send your hips to the sky. Ground down through downward facing dog. And press your heels into the mat. Feel your chest get closer and closer to your mat. Beautiful. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Come up onto your fingertips. Guys, we have one of the last peak poses of the day, so take a big inhale in and give this your absolute all. Send back your right toes, your right leg straight. You can keep them pointed. I find this position to be easier with pointed toes. And here we go into our half moon. So you can stay here on both fingertips. If you're kind of just exploring, if this is your first time doing a half moon, stay here. Or you can come up onto your blocks like so, on whichever level is best, to create space in your hips and more length in your spine. Or for my advanced yogis, or I should say those who this is in their practice, you can come just up onto your left fingertips, open up through your hips, stack your hips one on top of the other, and slowly, I have to check if I have the balance for it today too. We are all human. Bring your right arm to the sky. You can keep your gaze down, or you can send it to the sky, past your fingertips. I'm going to keep my gaze down today. And that is perfectly perfect. Whatever works best for you. If you're shaking, that means it's working. Just a couple more breaths here. Engage through your quads. Keep a slight bend in your grounded leg. Beautiful. Drop your right fingertips. Drop your right foot. Stand it forward fold. Stretch out through your hammies. You can take your hands and grab onto the backs of your ankles and kind of apply just light pressure, kind of pulsing your chest into your legs. Still deepen your stretch. Beautiful. Come back onto your fingertips. Lengthen through your spine. Roll your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, send your left leg up and back. And take again, whichever variation felt good on the other side. Stack your hips and come into, come into your half moon on your left side. Play around with your gaze. Sometimes one side is more under control than the other. Observe that. Beautiful. Definitely shaking in this pose today. You are a warrior. Drop those left fingertips down. Catch your balance. If you fall, don't be afraid to fall ever. And drop those left feet back flush with your right. Forward fold. You pretty much made it. We're just gonna do one more core workout. But first, slowly drop your bum to the mat. Try to make it graceful, not too loud of a bang onto your mat. Just explore, have fun. There you go. Find your way back to the mat. Position yourself to the center. Bring your feet flush together. Roll your shoulders down, away from your ears. Keep your fingertips pressed into your mat and lift both feet for a boat variation. If you are looking to engage your core just a little bit more today, you can send them straight out or up. You can even extend through your legs. As you can see, I'm shaking there. And just hold here for a few breaths. If you feel any discomfort ever in your tailbone, you can bring a pillow right underneath it. I know mine is very sensitive, so I typically don't do this pose for very long. Just a few more breaths here. Drop the hands, drop the feet. Make your way down slowly. Engage your core slowly, slowly, slowly. Still not over the mat or onto the mat. Down, down. Okay. Release. Keep your legs bent. About hip distance apart here is perfect. Make sure your tailbone is flush onto your mat. Begin to engage your core and lift up through your pelvis and your hips. Shoot them up to the sky. Think of it as kind of like a level, or I should say a staircase. Like the top of the stairs are here, and it's kind of just a steady stream down. You can keep it here, or you can bring some more lift. Come up onto your shoulders and your shoulder blades, and clasp your hands and your fingertips underneath your back. Keep your hips and your knees hip distance apart. Engage through your core and slightly engage through your glutes. Lift up to the sky, bridge pose. Stay here, but I want to show you a cool little variation that you can take if you're working on your bridge that really helps keep control over the distance of your knees. You can place a block like this or like this, I recommend the long ways width. Come back into your bridge and use this block and squeeze this. This helps you gain awareness of the distance between your knees, and even helps you get a little bit more of a booty workout because you're engaging those quads more and engaging your glutes more. Beautiful. Stay in your bridge just for a couple more beautiful big breaths. Okay, so you can stay in your bridge. You can choose to go back into your bridge for this, or if you are just wanting to evolve your practice a little bit more today, experiment, see where your boundaries are. We can go into a wheel. So to prepare for this, you're going to keep your knees still about hip distance apart. Get your hair as much as you can out of the way because it's never fun to press your hands into it and get it caught under. Then you're going to take your hands and you are going to rotate the wrists to face the top of your mat behind your head, and bring your fingertips just along the side of your ears. Press in through your toes and slowly press into your heels and begin to come up onto your head. You can stop here. And then press into your feet and your toes and your palms and come up into your wheel. You can advance it by coming up onto your toes or bringing your toes in closer. Hold your wheel here. I'm going to drop because I got surgery not too long ago and the wheel is just not feeling good for me right now. Beautiful. Hold for a couple breaths. Slowly, slowly drop each part of your body back down to the ground. When you make your way there, take a deep breath in, hug your knees into your chest, roll back and forth on your tailbone. Take your hands and press your knees apart. And bring your hands to your shins, your ankles, or the inner arches of your feet for your deep, beautiful, happy baby pose. Use your hands to apply just a little bit of pressure to deepen this hip stretch. Feel your knees get closer and closer down to the earth with every exhale. You did it. You should be so, so proud of yourself. That was a challenging practice. Honor everything that you did. It was all exactly as it should be. Beautiful. Bring your knees flush together. Them bent in the sky. Send your arms out long into a T shape, or if you don't have the space, you can bring it into a cactus position. And here, take your right hand and bring your knees to come over to the right side of your mat. Try and keep your shoulders and your shoulder blades pressed flush into the mat. And you can send your gaze past your left arm, your left fingers. And if you would like to deepen this stretch, you can send your right heel over top of your left knee and just apply a little bit of pressure. This will deepen the stretch out through the glutes and the quads and the thighs. Just hold here. You are so deserving of this. Beautiful. Unwrap your legs. Come back through center. Keep your arms straight out into a T or a cactus position. And take your left hand and bring your legs over to the left side of your mat for your spinal twist. Send your gaze past your right fingertips. If you deepen the stretch on the other side, you can do that again. Your left heel and pressing it into your right knee. Feel your heart rate slowing. Feel your breath returning to the natural rhythm. You are exactly where you need to be, right here, right now. Beautiful. Come back through center. Drop your feet to the earth. Extend out through your legs. Bring your arms by your sides, palms facing up, and just let your feet fall out. Shavasana. Be one with the natural state of your breath as it rises and as it falls. Breathe life and oxygen, love and gratitude into your heart space as it beats in your chest. Really embody this steady, constant, beautiful beat of your heart. Think about how it continued to beat for you throughout this entire practice and throughout every single day of your life. What a gift. An internal gift of pure love. Release every single part of your being into your mat. Melt into the earth. Let it hold you. Be completely in tune with the present moment in front of you. How does your body feel? What sounds are you hearing around you? Maybe birds chirping, the sound of your heart beating in your chest. The sound of a loved one laughing in the background. Just observe. If you feel called, and if you are able, I recommend to stay in this Shavasana, in this state of being, of peace and gratitude and love for as long as you can. But if you're needing to shift into the rest of your day, you can bring your left foot up and turn your body over slowly to your side. Create a pillow with your hands into a fetal position. And keep your eyes closed as you press your body slowly up and back into your easy pose at the center of your mat. Roll your shoulders down. Bring your hands in front of your face and slowly open your eyes. Take your hands, keep your focus on your hands. Press your palms together and begin to rub them, just like so. Create heat and energy. Pick up the speed. And once you begin to feel enough warmth and energy in between your palms, release them and place one over the top of the other, over your heart. You are so loved, and you are love. Bring your palms together, and let's together say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I know I definitely worked up a sweat and my heart rate was rising. I would love to hear from you in the community what your thoughts were on this, what modifications you chose to do, what feelings and emotions came up. I cannot wait to connect with you and see your feedback on this flow in the community. Until then, sending so much love to you, and I will see you on the mat very, very soon.